Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Good Morning Soul. And today, I am going to be doing another Songs I Love, where I just break down tracks I really enjoy. And today, I'm going to be doing a song on an album I've already reviewed, and that is the album Ology by Gallant. Gallant is a R&B guy. He has made some very interesting music. If I were to describe his music, it would be very dramatic R&B, like with his voice is very like high pitched, very spacious, and he makes songs that are what I'm describing. And on this track, it's called Bone and Tissue, and his subject matter here is only like as big as he can make it. Like Bone and Tissue is like a reference of how like fragile he is as a human. It says here as someone contributed on Genius. Gallant touches on the controversial topic of religion and the speculative masterpiece being bone and tissue simply existing as a greater power intended all along. Gallant questions what may happen if he pushes what is expected intended for him even further. That's it's kind of a rough, in my mind, a rough way to interpret it. This was produced by Stint. He has also worked on projects such as Tell Me You Love Me by Demi Lovato, Stand Still by Sabrina Claudio, Girlfriend by N.A.O., and a lot of Gallant's other work. So, you know, this is kind of up his alley. So what I like to think the song is about is kind of like him looking at God, looking at himself, and kind of being like, why am I just bone and tissue? Like, the hook of the song, well, we'll get into that. The first verse goes, give me more than God in a courtroom, more than broken glass in my house shoes, more. I should mention that the song, like, before this, like, it's like this very dark, eerie, and like mysterious vibe, and then it kind of just leads in, like his voice cuts in, it's like, and he's like, give me more than God in a courtroom. Then we continue on from there. The money on a bed that you wanna lose, babe. Quit taking your time, making time feel better. And this is where like the big chorus comes in. Sell me something I can use to catapult my value. Treat me like the cardinal anointed in my vessels. And anytime, what does that say? And anytime I bite the hand that feeds, won't you lie through your teeth and tell me I'm a monument to more than bone and tissue? So basically, I would like to think what he's saying here on the hook is, like, give me something more than just this human body. Like, if you're God, like, why can't you just give me more than this? Like, kind of allow me to understand more, like, anytime I bite the hand that feeds, like, won't you lie to me? Like, he's saying, like, am I just this monument of bone and tissue? Like, and anytime he bites a hand that feeds, being God, religion, they kind of like lie to him. Yeah. So the second verse goes, give me more than rocks in a windshield, more than kerosene in a minefield, more. The stranger's telling me what I want to hear, instead of spending all your days making days feel shorter. So that's kind of him reflecting on where he's at in life and how that he goes to church and they just feed him what he wants to hear, and that like doesn't make him feel any better. And he feels like he's walking through a minefield with kerosene. He's given rocks when he's in a windshield. Yeah. Very telling lyrics. Then we repeat the hook, and then the bridge. If I falter on my oaths, will it prove I'm more than skin and bones? He repeats that line, and this part of the hook, like, there's so many layers on the hook, and usually during these, like, this epic hook towards the end, like, it's just the hook and, like, this clapping sound in the background. It's like, if I'm more than skin and bones, and, like, Gallant has this signature thing he does, and I know this is commonplace in R&B, but he'll just kind of, like, sing, like, not even notes, or not even words, just notes. He'll just be like, ah, he'll just be singing over, like, the hook, so not even lyrics, and he's doing that during this final hook of the song, this kind of outro. And yeah, this is a very, like, powerful song. I really like how in the intro it's like this part right here. I really like the drums during that part. Like, it just this deep voice. And then the big fucking sexy hook. I told you guys how much I love those. Like, the more epic your hook can get. And I, like, can really understand how he feels. Like, going to church isn't, like, a religious experience for me. Like, the more I go to church, the more I feel like I'm becoming less religious, because I don't, like, agree with the things they're telling me, which I can agree with that one line. Like, they're just feeding me, like, this bullshit sometimes, and not on purpose. And then, like, everything about religion is just kind of like, ugh, to me sometimes. Like, so many, like, it's just a toilet being flushed of thoughts and, like, things being fed to me. And it's like, how am I supposed to, like, come to love this possibly non-existent being because of this? Like, how is that the end goal, other than I want that to be the end goal because I don't want to fucking perish and be tortured for all eternity. I don't want to love something out of fear. That feels so wrong to me. Like, I'm going to love God because I'm afraid of being tortured. Like, and if God really does love me, like, and has the power to let me not be tortured for all eternity, and it's like, oh, well, you lied about stuff. You did these human things that are made in your genetic code. Like, how could you fucking monster? Like, I guess you're just gonna have to burn for all eternity. I'm just kind of like, Jesus, what the fuck? Like, how can I get on board with any of that? And the lines about like, just talking about, like, his existence, like, tell me I'm something more than just bone and tissue. Like, tell me I'm more than just this body and brain, this husk of a thing. Like, I have, like, mental power, like, I have sentience. Like, does sentience mean anything, or does it just mean a sentience allows me to, like, carry this body until death? Like, am I here just to progress society and then give up? Like, is that, like, my fate? Like, is that everything I'm doing on this planet is just that feels so wrong to me? But, like, it's obviously not something we can help. And if there is a God, then it's kind of like, he's obviously not going to share the knowledge. And that's, you know, that's a part of faith. Like, if you believe in that, like, it's faith. Like, this song, like, if I were a religious person, I'd be like, this is faith. You're being tested to, like, if you only believe your bone and tissue, then, like, you don't have enough faith. Like, that being said, though, like, how can you have faith in today's world, like, knowing everything you know? It's a very complicated issue, and I think I'm gonna cut this one off because my cat sounds like it needs my attention outside my door. So that was Bone and Tissue, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning with another episode of Good Morning Soul. And until then, thank you for listening as always, and with that, I leave you.